What went through my mind when my ex-wife was telling me all the ways I'd let her down as a partner? Me at the end of a job interview when they ask if I'd like to say anything else.
Let's talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. What about buttered sausage?
And this is women on dating apps revealing their true self after the third date.
You're right, Mr. Morgan.
Hello guys, welcome to the show, and today we're going to talk about three under the radar fragrances you don't hear about very much, if at all, on the other fragrance review channels. Maybe I think I might even have a couple of world firsts in terms of reviewing or sharing a fragrance on YouTube. Who knows? I don't know, I didn't check. Okay, before I do that, please remember, my recommended UK-based fragrance sampling site is fragrancesamplesuk.com. I have a code for you. My code, MrSmelly10, gets you 10% off across a huge range of designer and niche fragrances. I've been using them as a happy paying customer for many years. My recommended USA-based fragrance sampling site is the Fragrance Decant Boutique. That's decantboutique.com, and that code MrSmelly10 also works there across an enormous range of fragrances. Both sites linked in the description of this video. Okay, folks, so let's get straight into this one. First up, then, we're going to go with one. Somebody, I think, in the comments section, thank you to that person, I forgot who you are, said, you might like this one, Mr. Smelly. You like fresh things, and indeed I do. And this is AZZARO Sport from the famous brand AZZARO, famous for their 1978 release, the aromatic fougere, AZZARO Pour Homme. And, there's not so many things I like from this brand lately. The sort of AZZARO Wanted range and things don't fascinate me that much. But this one, interesting. So this is AZZARO Sport. Let's have a look at this one. So the note listing, lavender, clary sage, tonka, sandalwood, grapefruit. I picked one up for just £23, and I think that was including no delivery fee where I got it from, 100ml. So very much a cheapy fragrance. And it's being talked about from the few accounts I can see as a rather pleasant, all-round, soapy, fresh fragrance, great for after the gym, or maybe even in the gym, that kind of thing, a great freshie. And I agree, it is rather nice. I can't tell you that I've found the most amazing cheapie I've ever smelled in my life. Someone actually said there was a little bit of a comparison to Chanel's Platinum Egoist, and there have been some people saying it has slight retro vibes, and maybe the use of the word sport there, which is kind of, out of fashion, and even by 2020 when this was released was way out of fashion. Maybe that tells us it looks back to the past, and it has this very nice, fresh, soapy, masculine vibe. I get quite a bit of tonka, a little bit of a reminiscence actually to Chanel's Allure Homme Sport. Different smell overall though. There are a couple of people saying it's like a cheaper version of Versace Dylan Blue, which wouldn't be a good thing. I wouldn't go that far. I think it's a rather pleasant, fresh fragrance for any situation. Spray it on your shirt, wear it to work. It can't offend anyone, and it does a decent job. If I wasn't running a fragrance review channel and with my collection, would I necessarily need this one? I'll be honest, maybe not. But my verdict on this one, a decent, cheapy, really nice, fresh, clean fragrance. It sits alongside things like Nautica Voyage as just a no-brainer. And if you want to, maybe you've had a bottle of Nautica Voyage or something similar, and you want to just try something different for the one that you throw in your gym bag, it's a good bet. Go for it. AZZARO Sport. Not bad. Pretty fun. Okay, next up, this one I got a little bit more excited about, and this is from a brand called Marugia, Spanish brand. It's actually released, I think, in 1982, but the name is 1916, Agua de Colonia 1916. I got this lovely gift set online for just £14.30, and that comes with 100ml eau de toilette, which I'll show you in a second, and or is it an eau de toilette? Agua de Colonia, and we also have 150ml shower gel and a 100ml shower gel and 150ml deodorant. Okay, main thing though is the actual fragrance itself, and so this is one of your classic Southern European type Agua de Colonias. Agua de Colonia 1916 original. Kind of nice picture on there, reasonably cheap. Well, it's just basic, a simple bottle. This is really nice if you like your classic eau de cologne style fragrances. I've actually put a little bit in a sprayer here from my lovely friends at Decant Boutique. They sell these accessories as well, even if you're not actually buying a sample of a fragrance. You can buy these, and they're very handy for when you're out and about. And it really is very, very pleasant if you like those classic things like 4711, the original, or the actual real original Farina eau de cologne. There's similarities to things like Galan's Eau de Fleur de Cedrat, or maybe Eau de Cologne Imperial, those kind of things. Even Agua de Colonia Concentrada, maybe that's a rival to this. That one is orangey and lemony. This one actually, lemon, bergamot, rosemary and orange blossom are the only listed notes. You definitely actually pick up on a rosemary note, and I don't often pick up literal accords that much, but I'm familiar with rosemary occasionally from putting it on my salads and things. Rosemary and the kind of orange blossom that's almost reminiscent of neroli comes through. Very, very nice. Not the longest lasting thing. Lovely freshy, and again, if you like these eau de colognes and maybe run out of one of the aforementioned ones, you want to try something different, I think it's a good price. You get some shower gel. It's fun. We like sampling this stuff. It's really, really pleasant. And stay tuned. Norton & Wilson's 6th release is going to be a very fresh fragrance. Not quite one of these type, but it's going to be a very citrusy, fresh fragrance, and we're excited about that. We're equally excited about the impending release of our 5th fragrance, which is an absolute slammer. This one is a stunner. That's a little bit of the packaging there. I've covered up the name. There will be a reveal very soon. Stay tuned. And don't forget, at the moment, we do still have that offer in the UK for Gravitas Pour Homme by Norton & Wilson for just £70, nortonandwilson.com. If you're in the USA, we are restocking Gravitas Pour Homme, Essentia, and Cheap Perform in R8 very soon. But we do still have Bon Viveur, something of a signature scent for me. So if you're in the USA or Canada, don't miss out on Bon Viveur, amazing fragrance. Okay, so that's Agua de Colonia from Mayrugia. And finally, this is a really interesting niche one from a wonderful English brand, and it's 4160 Tuesdays. I've just got a very small, I think this is the 15ml bottle, and the fragrance is called Old Sport. And they're billing this as a classic fougere style fragrance inspired by a sort of 1920s type theme. And the note listing is bergamot, lavender, oak moss and fern. Those are the notes. And you really smell all of those things in it. It is a classic textbook aromatic fougere, very, very me. It's kind of stuffy and old-fashioned in the best possible way. It's a dapper gentleman. It's old money. And if you like things like Tom Ford's Beau de Jour, maybe, I got a little reminiscence of that. Is it Joe Malone's Amber and Tonka, is it Lavender, Amber and Lavender, the one from Joe Malone that's very much a fougere type thing. I think it might be called Amber and Lavender. And this is right up there. Very, very, very interesting. Really nice, clean, smooth, but almost spicy lavender in there, and just real classic textbook ferny lavender. Almost a little bit sweet though. That lavender's kind of spicy and sweet at the same time. Really, really nice. If you don't like classic fougères, if you don't like lavender, you won't like it. But if you do, you might really love this one. Old Sport being a sort of a... if this is not like AZZARO Sport, it's not a flanker of a fragrance called Old. Old Sport would be a familiar term one might address another Englishman with, but I'd be rather annoyed if someone called me Hello Old Sport if they didn't know me a bit well. An old-fashioned term of greeting and maybe endearment towards someone, an affectionate term. Okay, hello Old Sport, how are you doing? And it really is very much in that genre. Absolutely great stuff. Prices for this one, they got a 15ml, which is nice if you don't want to spend a lot. And, it might last you a while. That's what I've got. £40, 30ml, £70, 50ml, 100. And much better value, for the best value, 100ml for just £150, which is pretty decent for such a great fragrance from the perfumer the perfumer Sarah McCartney, an English-based perfumer and a lovely lady. I actually met her once many years ago. Guys, let me know what you think of these. Have you heard of them? And I would like your thoughts. The longest lasting is Old Sport, AZZARO Sport sort of medium, and the Colonia one, 1916, rather... here today and gone. No, not here today and gone tomorrow would be too generous. It's gone quite quickly, but you would expect that, let's be fair. Let me know if you've enjoyed that. If you'd like to become a channel member, that would be great. Join the channel for exclusive videos that only channel members can see. Or if you don't want to become a channel member, you can join me on Patreon by going to Patreon and typing in Mr. Smelly 1977. Subscribe if you enjoyed this, or even if you didn't. Maybe the next video will be better. It could hardly be worse. Remember, whatever you're doing in life, let's project. And although sometimes life can stink, at least we can always smell good, right? Bye-bye. Bye. You can go now. This is the bit where I just hold these up and maybe try and get a thumbnail like this. See if that works, you see? Smiling inanely. Shocked appearance on face. Something like that. Maybe one of those will be alright. See you next time, guys. Bye.